So next up, we're going to get into the presentation, which is around career accelerators, what they are, why we're doing them, why we've come up with this new educational offering, and how they work as well. So hopefully giving people some really interesting insights into what the Career Accelerator is and whether they might be right for them. And so before we get straight into the Career Accelerators, just a bit of context on FourthRev and how Career Accelerators came about. And so at FourthRev, which is an organization we got started in Melbourne back in 2019, but now have a fantastic global team as a remote first company with an office in Australia, as well as a team here in the UK, and our biggest team and growing actually in Cape Town in South Africa, as well as a sprinkling of people in a number of other places. So we've grown very much through the time of the pandemic, and as a remote first team with a global company and a very flexible approach to how we work together, which is one of the great features of our culture here at FourthRev. That means we've grown up in very much as a digital first company, and that's very much the space that we're looking at in terms of supporting people with their learning and their career outcomes. And so at FourthRev, we bring together the world's best universities, leading technology and employer companies to partner in order to deliver online programs that enable students to gain employment outcomes in high growth careers in the digital economy. And the reason that we've really embarked upon this path is we're a team of experienced educational professionals that have been working in the higher education space for many, many years. And we've seen the huge value that universities provide to learners and the continued demand for university offerings from adult learners, lifelong learners, and employers that are seeking individuals with particular skills and talents. We've also seen in the modern digital economy how the needs of those employers have changed, and also the needs of the modern learner. And in response to these changing needs, there's a lot of new educational paradigms that have emerged, and offerings such as boot camps have boomed, and a lot of career focused education that really helps people develop the digital skills and capabilities to succeed in this digital economy. But really what we've seen is that people have either had the choice of a more traditional academic program built with a great university, or choosing a more career focused sort of boot camp style offering. And it's really been one or the other. Or at FourthRev, our vision has always been, how can we bring the best of both of these worlds together, working with top institutions, top universities, as well as great technology companies in order to co-create programs that really offer learners that best of both worlds. So to get the broader skills, rigor, and recognition of a great university qualification or certification, as well as developing a lot of the practical applied skills that are going to be really key to them achieving that next step in their career. And so across the first 2 years of FourthRev, we've partnered with over 10 of the world's leading technology companies. And you can see a number of those organizations that we work with here on the screen, as well as a number of employer partners that seek talent that have got skills and capabilities across these different technologies and platforms. And then we've worked with over a dozen universities and educational partners across Australia, the UK, the US, and Canada to deliver courses to their students and students all around the world. And so it's really been a fantastic learning curve for us as an organization across the first 2 years, where we've been continuously evolving our offerings and our work with partners to figure out how we can have the greatest impact in terms of furthering people's careers in the digital economy. And that work has really led us through to launching our online Career Accelerator programs that we're here to talk about today. And we're really tremendously excited about having brought these to life. The first of these we launched with our first partner, the London School of Economics, here in the UK, a data analytics offering, and a screenshot of one of our homepages for that program. You can see there on the screen a program that we've built with technology partners, including Tableau and GitHub, as well as recruitment partners, including Robert Walters and employers such as ThoughtWorks and others, bringing together all of these different stakeholders to create a program which is really focused on helping typically adult learners develop the skills and capabilities to achieve a high growth role in the data analytics field. The data analytics program is the first of these that we've launched, but we're also now working with King's College London here in the UK to launch further programs, and a number of other partners that we'll work with in order to launch programs across a number of high demand digital fields, the most in demand areas where there is the biggest skills gaps, the biggest demand for employers for talent, but not necessarily all of the talent with the right skills and capabilities to take advantage of those opportunities. And when we think about our learners that undertake these Career Accelerator programs, which are typically 6 to 9 months long, those learners are typically falling into 3 different categories. So we've got what we call career starters. And so those might be people with sort of 0 to 5 years of professional experience, often with a bachelor degree, but looking for a really rigorous pathway to start their career in a high growth digital field. The second category being career switchers. And career switchers being people with typically a bit more professional experience, but are looking to find a way to move again into an exciting opportunity as they see the growth potential in digital roles, or career advancers being those professionals that may already be in a pretty senior role, but that role is being hugely transformed through digital transformation and wanting to develop new digital skills and capabilities in order to really prosper in that role and continue and further their career. And so we build all of these programs with top universities and work with those universities to launch these programs to these different audiences. And where these programs might be a little bit different, or some of the ways they're a bit different to existing offerings that universities have that are serving that adult, postgraduate, or sort of lifelong learner audience. Well, they, in relation to a more traditional master's program, they are built with top faculty, but they have an acute careers focus. So they're very much practical, applied learning opportunities that are focused in achieving a particular career outcome in a 6 to 9 month period. And versus more sort of continuing education or executive educational offerings, they're obviously a bit longer than those programs, with a focus on more extended skill development that really gives the broader holistic capabilities that someone needs to really prosper in a new role, in a new job, or to accelerate into the next stage in the role that they're in. And so we're going to get into a bit more detail across all of those aspects through the remainder of the presentation. And so what is a career accelerator? So as I said, our vision at FourthRev has really been around bringing together the very best of career-focused education with the unique value of the world's top universities. And that's because we believe that this combination really offers a uniquely valuable pathway for the adult learner to achieve high growth career outcomes in the digital economy. We know from our technology partners, from our employer partners, that there are sort of critical prerequisites that learners need in order to secure a new role or to kick on to the next stage of their role. And these are sort of non-negotiable technical skills that are just essential for particular roles in the digital economy, as well as applying those in a business context, the broader enterprise skills that turn those into value. People want to see real project experience. And great careers focused education, we believe, also comes with career coaching and job matching introductory services so that people can secure those roles. So from that great side of career education, we work with our employer partners and our technology partners to really bring those to life in our programs. On the other side, we know that top universities have been delivering amazing educational value to learners for generations and generations, and continue to do so. So we work with top faculty at our institution partners to build out the broader curriculum of these programs and make sure that we go beyond just the technical skills and the business skills, but also to develop the higher order capabilities that our employer partners tell us really differentiate candidates once they get to that job interview or into that role. The tech skills might be a non-negotiable, but it is these higher order capabilities that really differentiate people and allow them to accelerate their career and really succeed. And so these programs work with all of these different stakeholders to bring them together and truly offer that best of both worlds proposition to our learners, where they're able to develop this holistic set of capabilities that are really going to underpin their success, not just in the next role, but onwards in their career from now on. And so the deep diving on those different knowledge and skill areas a little bit more, the sort of 4 categories that we focus on are those technical skills, so the knowledge and the practical competencies through a project-based applied learning curriculum. That means people are really learning the most up-to-date, most in-demand technical skills on the right platforms, learning the right coding languages that are most in demand from industry today. Making sure that those are not learned in a theoretical way or in an isolated way, but actually through a business-focused curriculum where those skills are being learned to solve business challenges that we develop with our employer partners, so that learners are getting that experience of business applied skills so they can hit the ground running once they end up in a new role within their organization or at a new company. It's then those human skills, so some of the softer skills which we know are so important to not only succeeding in those job interviews, but also to really prospering in these new careers. And then lastly, the personal skills. And so this links to some of the career coaching and other aspects of the program that we'll talk about later, but really giving people the tools, the frameworks, the power to take control of their careers, to achieve their objective that they came to the program to achieve, but also to go on from there and always be able to refer back to these tools in their career as they progress on from graduating from the program and onwards in their career. So how does it work? A bit of the nuts and bolts, a little bit more of the detail. So first of all, who's that intended audience? So as I said, we've got typically these are adult learners. These are fully online programs. So we accept learners from all around the world and across some of our first cohorts where we've seen huge demand. We've got a lot of learners here in the UK and Europe, which we would expect launching with partners here in the UK, but also learners from farther afield in Southeast Asia and in Australia and other places as well. These are typically adult learners, but there isn't necessarily a educational prerequisite that must be met. It might be a prior degree background, or alternatively, people can demonstrate their ability to undertake the program successfully through work experience, or often taking aptitude tests as well. We really want these programs to be accessible, but we also want to make sure that people are well equipped to succeed in the programs and that we're setting people up for success. The commitment required, these are designed to be part-time programs, and the vast majority of our learners will have other commitments whilst undertaking these programs as well. So typically in full-time work and undertaking these programs in a part-time manner, but that isn't to say that they aren't intense and that there isn't a really large commitment to be undertaken if people want to achieve the skill development, the capability development, and the career outcomes that these programs really have the potential to deliver. And so it depends on the topic of the program and the length, but the length is typically 6 to 9 months, and the weekly expectation will be upwards of 10 hours. And in some of the more technical programs, that might be more like 15 to 20 hours. So really meaningful commitment of time that people have to be able to find, but that correlates into the results and the rewards that people get from the programs if they can put it in. How do we go about the curriculum development? And so I think this is a really important feature of what a career accelerator is, and that is we bring together all of these key stakeholders. So that means top faculty from universities such as the London School of Economics. It means industry experts that work in the field. It means leaders from our technology partners. And we work with all of those different stakeholders in order to shape these curriculums that really meet the needs of industry, that are going to set our learners up for success in the most optimal way. But really also bring out the uniqueness of our university partners and the fantastic insights and capabilities of the faculty at those institutions that really lead and own that curriculum development. The project-based nature of it means that we're always focusing the skills and capability development on solving problems that we've co-created with our employer partners, making sure that people are developing those skills and capabilities that employers really want to see. And these are the type of projects that then can be demonstrated in the portfolio that learners develop through the course, that they can take into job interviews to demonstrate their really meaningful practical capabilities that can really be advantageous to them securing that next role. The curriculum then works through several individual projects where people are developing those skills and competencies and confidence before working towards a group employer project. And that group employer project is a project, as it sounds, done with peers in a group, tackling again a real business challenge that we've created with employer partners such as ThoughtWorks, scale up such as Zumo and other great companies, who then give feedback as well on these projects to make sure that they're getting insight into the students that are undertaking the courses, where they're looking to recruit talent. And for our students, they get to really develop those skills in an environment where they're getting feedback from the educational professionals they're working with, but also from our employer partners, which can be really invaluable to that development. As I said, it's online and it's designed for people that are working with other commitments. And so there is significant flexibility in that curriculum that enables people to really balance their study around their different working needs and family commitments. But these are really high touch online programs, which means that there is a lot of synchronous or live learning opportunities that are delivered throughout the program and are accessible to people on different time zones. And so that includes sessions, weekly sessions that are led by industry experts, that facilitators that work as professionals in the field that we're developing on a day-to-day basis, and facilitate these courses, giving learners that really relevant practical feedback related to the field that they're trying to enter or progressing in. Those same experts also give feedback directly on student projects through one-to-one sessions, supporting learners to develop those skills and capabilities that they need. Learners are then also supported by the student success managers from FourthRev, which have a real focus on making sure that the learner can balance the different commitments they've got to remain focused on the program and really succeed in the course. And also career coaches. And we're going to learn more from Caroline how that works later on, but a really important part of this program, which is setting these career goals and the career outcomes really being built throughout the program, not something that's thought of as a tack on at the end of the program, but something students engage with before they even start any of the content, having really clear understanding of what they're trying to achieve and working with a career coach throughout the program to set themselves up for those career outcomes at the end. And they're also engaging with masterclasses delivered by faculty and other industry experts throughout the course. So again, getting that opportunity for further live learning opportunities, as well as further building those networks and opportunities to further their career in their chosen field. At the end of the program, we also introduce learners to various employer partners. These are recruitment partners and employer partners who are seeking talent in these hard to recruit digital fields. And so these programs that are developing these really in-demand skills, and then we look to match those learners to employer partners that are seeking that talent. And for those individuals where a new job or is a critical outcome for them from the program, we'll be doing our very best to support them to achieve those goals. And lastly, I think important to call out that these are university programs. So our data analytics program is an LSE program, and the new programs that we'll be launching this year across a variety of digital fields are programs from those universities, such as the LSE, King's College London, and other partners that we'll work with. So that certificate that the learner receives, that you see them successfully completing the program, comes from that university and gives you that testament to the rigor and reputation of the program that you've undertaken, and will be recognized to support your career all around the world. Covered quite a lot there, and I'm sure we'll go back over several elements of it in the panel discussion as well, and not too far away from that now, where can get a break from listening to my voice. And so why did we create this new education category, the Career Accelerator? And I've obviously touched on this already in parts, but we have seen throughout our time working with universities, working in the career education space, there's just a growing and insatiable demand for digital skilled talent. And the pandemic has further accelerated that digital transformation, with one of our partners, Microsoft, forecasting that there's an additional 149 million new jobs in the technology space required by 2025 alone. And that just simply isn't the demand that there isn't the talent pipeline coming through to meet that demand. So for individuals that do develop these skills, these capabilities, backed by the rigor of a great institution, a great university, we know that there are huge opportunities out there for them to really take control of their career and achieve their professional and their personal goals through these really exciting digital skills opportunities. And so that sort of mismatch of job opportunities and skilled professionals means that we've been looking at what are the best ways we can support learners to really achieve those aspirations, and working with our top university partners as well as our employer partners and our tech partners, we've come up with this Career Accelerator framework, which we really believe develops those broader skills and capabilities beyond the technical to include those business, those human skills and that personal growth to really enable people to succeed in the best possible way. And so why might you choose a Career Accelerator? Why might this be right for you? And of course, it won't be right for everyone, but why we think it really is a great option for lots of people. Well, this really is a unique approach to university industry co-design and co-creation, that best of both worlds offering that brings together our great uni partners and our great tech partners, means that these programs really are quite unique in the market in terms of the curriculum, how it's been developed, what it focuses on, and the broader capabilities that learners gain throughout the programs. And that's our project-based learning framework, our skills curricula, and our acute focus on high growth job roles. So all of our programs will be aligned to where there is the most demand for job opportunities in the digital economy. We bring our global technology and employer partners into the curriculum, so learners are developing the skills and capabilities that those employers are seeking, but also gaining the project experience and engagement with these partners to ideally achieve new job opportunities and outcomes. The courses are online, so they're flexible and widely accessible to a broad range of people across the globe, but they also have very high touch, live, synchronous learning opportunities, whether that's through the expert course facilitators, whether that's faculty delivering masterclasses or other industry experts, and also getting that really personalized support, which we know is so important to part-time learners succeeding in online programs when they're trying to balance lots of other commitments and responsibilities. And then lastly, that careers coaching and job support, a bit more that we're going to talk about later, and we really know how valuable this is to helping people achieve those next career outcomes, as well as those outcomes beyond the end of the program.